Namaste, yogis, and welcome to my channel. My name is Matt, and today I've put together a Yin Yoga class to lower your stress level. So, what is stress? Stress is our perceived reaction to an event, real or imaginary, and it revs up our system in a flight or fight mode, and it releases a lot of cortisol, which is a stress hormone, which makes you feel anxious, your heart's beating fast, your hands can get sweaty. And what I'm trying to do today is inviting you to observe your own stress reaction to events and see if you can slow things down and try to react differently so that you lower the stress response of your body and mind to external situations. And this is something that if you get to master with time, you'll be able to feel a lot more at ease in your day-to-day life. And for me, the Yin Yoga mat has been a tremendous beneficial way to lower my stress level. So today we're going to be exploring asanas for 4 minutes up to 5 minutes, so longer holds to really release tension within our bodies. And all you're going to need is 2 blocks and a bolster, so keep those nearby. So as usual, I always like to start the classes by closing our eyes and just inviting you to retreat inward and observe what's going on within your body and mind today. Just observing without judgment, focusing on slowing down your breathing and slowing down your stress level to these weird times we're living in right now. When you calm the mind, you calm the body. And when you calm the body, you calm the mind. This is why Yin Yoga is tremendously beneficial, as you might all know, in lowering your stress levels. Noticing that if you are experiencing any stressful situation in your life right now, what is your response to those situations? Are you overreacting? Are you underreacting? And is there a way for you to lower that reaction? And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So we're going to start today's class going into supported fish. So what you want to do is you want to form a sort of a T with 2 blocks on your mat. So one block will be landing in the middle of your spine, while the other one will be at the top to support your head. And you're going to just turn around facing in the opposite direction. And it might need a bit of time to figure out where to land that first block. So you want it in between your shoulder blades at the top, just like this. And this really forces you to open up your rib cage and to surrender. And once you find that position, you can either have your legs straight in front of you, or you can bring the sole of your feet together and open up into a butterfly. If you don't do this asana often, it might be a little uncomfortable in the middle of your back, but just bear with it and things will ease up. The key in this asana is really to surrender and allow gravity to do the rest. So try to release any muscle you are clenching or tension you're holding. Just letting go. And when you're ready, you can close your knees if you were in a butterfly position. Brace your abdominal muscles and push with your arms to come all the way up. And I'm just going to turn to face the front so you can see me. And we're going to get into half saddle, so just place yourself comfortably like this. So the right leg comes in and the right foot will touch the inside of your left thigh. And then we extend the left leg to the side. So I always like to take one big inhale. And on the exhale, I turn my hips towards that left foot. And from here, I'm going to take one big inhale. And on the exhale, walk my fingertips forward until I find my edge. And if you want to walk your fingertips a little further as you soften into a new edge, that is totally okay as well. Just make sure that your right glute stays in contact with the floor and doesn't lift up. we can already start to feel a sense of calmness taking place within our mind and body. Lowering our stress level. And the calmer you are in life, the clearer you see. This is why Yin Yoga is really healing. It allows you to see clearer into what's going on in your life, letting go of various things you're holding into that are not serving you purpose at the moment. And as you soften into your edge, you might want to use a block like I'm doing, placing it underneath your left knee on top of your thigh to support your forehead. And when you're ready, you can raise your upper torso very slowly. And one of the big key factor to lowering stress is to slow things down. So today throughout each asana, just move very slowly between one to the other, taking a lot more time than we usually do to transition into various asanas. So we're going to be working our way to the other side now. If you want to bring your left leg in, placing that left foot in contact with the inside of your right thigh, and then extending your right leg just as I'm doing right now. I'm going to take one big inhale, and on the exhale, release and turn. One big inhale again, and on the exhale, walking my fingertips forward, softening into the position, and then finding my edge. And again, you might want to place a block on top of your right thigh for support. Just like I'm doing right now. And when you're ready, you can raise your upper torso. Come all the way up and bring back very slowly that right leg in. Just taking a few breaths here. That felt so great. And for our next asana, I'm going to invite you to grab the bolster. You don't necessarily need one, but it's going to really allow you to relax into sleeping swan pigeon pose. So we're going to turn towards the bolster that we're going to place in front of our mat. And from here, we're going to get into all fours. We're going to bring our left knee to our left wrist, and then with our right hand we can grab our left ankle and move it forward towards the front of our mat. And then we're going to extend our right leg back just like this. So it might feel good to just take a moment here to stay upright. Allowing our body to settle into this smoothly. And when you're ready, I'm going to invite you to lower yourself forward. And you might want to hug the bolster just like I'm doing, resting your belly and chest on it. And just getting really comfortable to hold this asana for 5 minutes. So as you're holding this, try to see if you can be in the moment and really forget about anything else that you have to do today or the rest of the week. really embracing today's class and working on lowering your stress by being in the moment and breathing and relaxing through this beautiful asana. If you catch yourself starting to think too much, just bring back your focus to your breathing and then to the sensations you are feeling in your left glute at the moment. And when you're ready, you can push through your arms to raise your upper body. Coming out of this asana very slowly. It might feel good to just extend that left leg out, stretching your calf like I'm doing. And when you're ready now, we can bring our right knee behind our right wrist, grabbing into that right ankle with your left hand, bringing that shin more towards the front of your mat, and then extending your left leg to the back. And once again, we're just going to hold it here a bit upright, softening into this asana. Slowing things down. And when you're ready, you can lower yourself forward onto the bolster once more. Getting comfortable so that you can hold this for 5 minutes, which provides a deep release, which then lowers our stress. And when you're ready, you can push through your arms, come all the way up very slowly. And then putting your weight on your left knee, moving your hips back. You can go into all fours. And then extending that right leg into a calf stretch. This really feels good to bring back your body into balance. And you can bring back your knees down. And I'm going to invite you to place the bolster sideways like this in front of you. And we're going to lower ourselves down into Sphinx pose. So we're going to place our elbows in front of the bolster, lying down on it, just like this, with our elbows in line with our shoulders. And from here, we're just going to go into a hip opener at the same time. It's going to be giving us a 2-for-1 here. So I'm going to invite you to open up the right hip, just like this. So try to bring it to a 90-degree angle. And then we're just going to soften into this. And very slowly you can bring your right leg back into alignment with Sphinx pose. And work your way on the other side now to open up that left hip. So one side might be tighter than the other. Once again, do not worry about that, it's totally normal. Just allow it to be. can start to slowly bring that left leg back into alignment, moving it slowly. And from here, pushing through your arms, you might want to just take the bolster aside and come all the way down with your elbows flared out and your forehead resting on the back of your hands, just like this. Just taking a little moment here to relax your low back. And from here, I'm going to invite you to place your hands in line with your shoulders. Push yourself up, move your hips back, come onto your knees, and bringing your big toes together. I'm going to invite you to bring your knees to the outside edges of your mat, sitting down onto your heels. And from here, we're going to take one big inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to start walking our hands forward, coming all the way down onto our forehead and softening into this position. If this is hard on your knees, you might want to have a folded towel or blanket placed underneath your knees. Or you can move to the opposite direction of your mat so that both knees are resting on your mat instead of the floor. So you have to find comfort so that you can find stillness and yet challenge yourself into the asanas that we're doing today. And when you're ready, you can raise your upper torso, walk your hands back, come very slowly all the way up, and bringing your knees back in. And you might want to just bring your knees to the middle of your mat. And then we're going to cross our ankles behind ourselves like this and roll onto the seated position. And then I'm going to invite you to extend your legs in front of you and come all the way down into Savasana. So one of the biggest ways to release stress in your life, like I said, is to slow things down. So I'm going to invite you to stay in Savasana with me for 10 minutes. Really bring your focus to letting go of anything else that you have to do so that you can fully embrace this last 10 minutes of relaxation. ready, you can slowly make your way back up to the seated position. So I hope you feel fantastic about today's class and that you will start to observe your own reactions to stressful situations in your life and address them differently. I also invite you to come back to your yoga mat on a regular basis. It's a great way to balance out the stresses in life and feel your best. So thank you for joining me for this class today. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends or family, or you can even donate to my PayPal account out of your own will and at your own convenience, which supports all the hours, time, energy, and dedication I put into this for all of you. So let's put our hands at our heart. I always like to close my eyes. We're going to take one big slow inhale, filling your lungs, belly until you can't anymore. And then exhale very slowly, releasing any last bit of tension in your body. That feels wonderful. So until next time, yogis, have a great day. Namaste. Thank you and bye.